Hi everybody, my name is Susan and I am an administrative assistant here at Celebration. I've actually worked here for about 14 years in the office, and I am talking to you today on a program called Real Talk. Sorry.
Okay. You get tissue?
Sorry. I'm not sure where that came from. Hi everybody, my name is Susan and I work here at Celebration in the office as an administrative assistant. And today I am talking to you on Real Talk. This is a talk program that Hannah created, and she asked me to talk about my journey with breast cancer and just to talk real about that. And so it's not even been a year since my diagnosis last year, in the end of November last year. And you know, when you go through something like that, it's really hard. You're wondering when you get that diagnosis if what's going to happen to you, what your future is going to be, what that's going to look like. And through this whole journey, one of the things that I have really heard from the Lord and learned is just total dependence on Him. And you know, you think, I've been a believer. I accepted Christ when I was 8 years old, and so you would think when you've walked the journey of a relationship with Christ for 50 years, and that I just told my age in our Real Talk, but you think that you have that total dependence. But then when you come to a crisis, when you come to some really hard news, you find out that that dependency sometimes has been self-dependence and not always total dependence on the Lord. And I'm speaking for myself in all of this. So one of the things that the Lord showed me through this journey is that total dependence on Him. And this is called Real Talk. And the Lord and I actually had some real talks during this time, during this season. And you know, I have to say, what a loving Father He is. Just so attentive to the details. I mean, I couldn't be too upset for Him. I couldn't be too emotional for Him. I couldn't be too anything for Him. It was all about Him leading me and guiding me and just showing me my total dependence that I needed to have on Him. Now, I am on the other side of everything, have been through the chemo and the surgery and the radiation, and have a little bit more to go next year. We're going to wait just a little while, and then I'll have another procedure done next year. But when you're through that part of the journey, you know, your dependence on Him is actually, it's more. It's not like that total dependence is now not needed because you're through that part of your journey. You actually have learned through that difficult season, whatever it is, and it doesn't have to be breast cancer. It can be anything from a loss in your family to, even a heart condition or diabetes, and it doesn't even have to be a medical condition, but something else that's really hard, a struggle that you have. What I have found in my journey is that total dependence, it never stops. Whether life is good or life is hard, whether things are going great or things are stressful, that total dependence just has to remain there. And it's difficult sometimes because I find myself wanting to be in control, you know, wanting to know what the outcome is going to be before it gets here. And the Lord has said to me time and time again through this journey, I see you, I've got you. And He is such a good Father. And this is Real Talk. And I'm just so thankful. I do not know how anyone walks their journey without Him. And I can't do real talk without talking about the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Because really, this real talk, it's not really about my journey, health journey. It's about a spiritual journey. It's about having the Comforter, the Holy Spirit, living inside of you to help you, to comfort you, to bring peace. And that's the real talk that I want to convey. That's the real talk. That's the real Him. And He loves you, and He wants to have that relationship with you. And I pray that whatever your journey has been, whatever it is and whatever it's going to be, that you would have that relationship with the Holy Spirit walking with you day in and day out, minute by minute. And you will find that even though the journey sometimes gets really hard, really pressed down, that it's really sweet at the same time. If you can imagine something difficult being so sweet, it actually is when you've got that relationship with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It just, I can't even hardly explain it, other than He just brings a peace that can't come from anywhere else other than Him. So as I continue this part of my journey, because it's not quite over yet, my dependence will be totally in Him. He has surrounded me with, He has handpicked all of my surgeons, my doctors, my oncologists, the family that He had around me during this time. I mean, I have had to be totally dependent on Him, and He has chosen and handpicked everyone that has walked through this part of my journey with me. So if I can leave you with anything from this real talk, it is that life can be difficult, and it will be difficult from time to time. And through that difficulty, I know that I got to a crossroads at one point, and I really felt like the Father was saying to me, "So Susan, now that you've gotten a breast cancer diagnosis, who do you say that I am now? Who do you say that I am now that you have received some pretty rough news?" And my answer to Him had to be, and it was, "You are who you have always been. You are who you say you are." And so from that, I have just leaned on Him. And so whether life is difficult or whether it's happy times, because we have those two sweet, precious years of happy moments, and life is good, no matter where you are in life, I pray that you hold on to your relationship with Christ. And I pray that if you don't know Him, that you would come to know Him, because that's the only way. That's the real talk. That's the only way that you're going to make it through the difficult times and have a peace that passes any understanding that we could possibly have. So feel free to, you can call me here at Celebration. I will be glad to talk with you about anything as a breast cancer survivor. If you have questions about that, if you've had a diagnosis, I would love to pray with you and talk with you and just share with you my total dependence on the Lord through this entire journey.